Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of power sharing. We have completed meaning of power sharing. We have learned about Belgium, we have learned about Sri Lanka, and we also learned about moral and prudential reasons of power sharing. In today's class, we are going to learn types of power sharing. Okay, there are 4 to 5 different types of power sharing. We'll begin one by one without wasting time. The first type of power sharing is horizontal power sharing. Horizontal power sharing. Simple. Why it is called as horizontal power sharing? What do you mean by horizontal power sharing? We'll learn one by one. First, if the powers are divided between the organs of government, if the powers are divided between the organs of government, such as legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature, executive, and judiciary is called as horizontal power sharing. So your first point will always go with meaning. What is horizontal power sharing? If the powers are divided between the different organs of government, such as legislature, executive, and judiciary, is called horizontal power sharing. Done? Yes. Next, all the organs are placed at same level. All the organs are placed at same level. For example, legislature, executive, and judiciary. It is not placed one below the other in hierarchical order. They are placed in the same level, and thus this is called as horizontal system of power sharing. Horizontal power sharing because all the organs are placed at same level. When they are placed at same level, which means they have equal role and responsibilities, equal role and responsibilities given by the constitution. Equal role and responsibilities given by the constitution. And we can also tell that nobody is superior, no organ is superior or inferior. Superior or inferior. Yes. So what is this? Listen very carefully. All the organs are placed at same level. We can see this. Legislature, executive, and judiciary are placed at same level. When I tell that they are placed at same level, that doesn't mean that they perform same function. We all know that. Legislature make laws, executive implement the laws, judiciary interpret the laws. Legislature make laws, judiciary interpret the laws, and executive implement the laws. Lawmaking is never equal to law interpretation. They might be in same level, but they don't have equal powers. What they have is equal roles and responsibilities given by the constitution, which makes no organ is superior and no organ is inferior. So thus, the system of power sharing is called as horizontal power sharing. And remember always, this system also has one more name, system of checks and balances. Checks and balances. Horizontal power sharing is also called as checks and balances. Why it is called as checks and balances? Listen very carefully. Legislature, executive, judiciary. So what will happen here? Under horizontal system, legislature checks on executive, legislature also checks on judiciary, judiciary checks on executive, judiciary will also have a check on legislature, and executive will check on legislature also, executive checks on judiciary also. If you remember this particular flow chart or the diagram what I have written here, this proves that horizontal power sharing is called as checks and balances. What do you mean by checks and balances? Each organ will check each other. Each organ will check the other two organs. Legislature checks executive and judiciary. Judiciary checks executive and legislature, and executive checks both legislature and judiciary. Each organ will check the other two organs, and thus this system is called as system of checks. And why it is called as balances? Each organ will check the other two organs to maintain the balance of power. To maintain the balance of power, that nobody is superior and nobody is inferior. And thus horizontal system of power sharing is also called as system of checks and balances. I hope I'm very clear now. Listen very carefully one more time. Horizontal power sharing is the sharing of power between different organs of government. That is legislature, executive, judiciary. All the organs are placed at same level, but they don't have equal powers. They have equal responsibilities. They have equal functions. Different functions they perform. And no organ is superior, no organ is inferior. Why? Because we have a system of checks and balances where each organ will check each other. So we can have an example for this checks and balances. For example, if I take judicial review power, if I take the concept of judicial review as per our Indian constitution, as per judicial review, judiciary checks on executive and legislature. You can write this. As an example, under judicial review power, judiciary has powers to check on executive and legislature. Same with, one more example, under no confidence motion. Under no confidence motion and impeachment motion. No confidence and impeachment motion. Legislature checks on both executive and judiciary. We all know what is no confidence motion, what is impeachment motion. You can just write, as per judicial review, the judiciary has a check on executive and legislature, and as per no confidence and impeachment motion, the legislature has check on executive and judiciary. So thus, this is a 5-mark question regarding the horizontal power sharing. Very important for your CBSE examination. They might ask you a simple that question. Explain the system of checks and balances. Then you must be able to explain the whole power sharing. I have given you keywords: organs, same level, no superiority, inferiority, checks and balances, and example. If you are able to explain these 5 points with example, you'll get 5 marks. So thus this system is called as horizontal power sharing. After horizontal power sharing, the next system would be vertical power sharing. After horizontal, we have vertical sharing of powers. Vertical sharing of powers. Okay, so next concept is vertical power sharing. We'll begin one by one. Yes. So the concept is vertical power sharing. Again, in the system of vertical power sharing, the powers are shared between different levels of government. The powers are shared between different levels of government, such as, example, central level, state level, local government or local self-government level. If the powers are shared between different levels of government, that is central government, state government and local self-government, that system of power sharing is called as vertical power sharing. In the horizontal, we'll tell it is between organs. In vertical, the powers are shared between different levels of government. Okay, remember, organs, levels. Done. Next, all the organs were placed at same level, but here there is an hierarchical order. What is the hierarchical order? See, it is very simple. First placement would be for central government. Below that we have state government. Below that we have local self-government. Central government, state government, local self-government. So here the levels are not placed in the same level. The levels are placed in a hierarchical order or one below the other. Got my point? So this will be your hierarchical order. Okay. First is state government, then we have first we have central government, then we have state government, then we have local self-government. Done. Now I'm going to write some few powers enjoyed by different governments. Okay. First I'll go with central. What are the powers enjoyed by the central government? Central government controls subject matters like defense, foreign affairs, banking and currency, trade and commerce, etc. Okay. Now listen very carefully. The Constitution of India has given different levels their own powers. Central government controls over subject matters of, it has powers over control of defense, foreign affairs, banking, currency, trade and commerce, etc. Then we have state government. The state government has the control over police, agriculture, and irrigation, drinking water, irrigation, drinking water, etc. Drinking water, etc. Okay. I cannot write all the powers. We don't have all the powers mentioned in your textbook as well. We have some important powers enjoyed by both central government and state government. So where do you have these powers mentioned in? Okay, you can also note that 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. We have 12 schedules under 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution the powers of different levels of government has been mentioned, and we can clearly tell that the powers of central government are superior. Central government is superior. Central government is superior. Why so? Because you see the order there, you see the powers there. They control powers, they have powers, or they control subjects of national concern. National concern. Done. So here under vertical power sharing, different levels enjoy different powers. Central government has these many powers, state government has these many powers, and remember, central government is always superior because it has been placed at the higher order, and also it controls the subject matters of national concern. If you can see the powers properly, these are the subjects which belong to the whole nation. Thus, central has more powers than the state. And this was about the vertical power sharing, and I hope I'm very clear now. So we have two more types of power sharing, two or three more types of power sharing. We'll continue one by one. Okay? Yes. After vertical power sharing, we have power sharing between different social groups. We have power sharing between different social groups. So first was horizontal power sharing, it was vertical power sharing. This is type number 3. Type number 3, power sharing between different social groups. Power sharing between different social groups. So what is a social group? It is very simple. I've already told you. The word social stands for society. And obviously the groups are normal groups. Groups formed in the society on the basis of several cultural aspects like gender, caste, religion, etc. They will be called as social groups. Okay? So groups, social groups are nothing but they are the groups formed in the society, groups of society, groups formed in the society on the basis of gender, religion, caste, race, language, etc. Language, caste, etc. Yes. So they form social group. For example, if I want to divide whole society into two groups on the basis of gender, I can have male and female. In India, we have so many languages. We can divide the Indian society into different groups on the basis of language also. And in Belgium, if you remember, we had 3 different linguistic groups. So socially it is German-speaking people, French-speaking people, Dutch-speaking people. So those are called as social groups. The groups formed in the society on the basis of several cultural aspects like gender, religion, caste, etc. You can also have example. For example, I will go with Belgium. In Belgium, we had groups of 3 groups, that is French, Dutch, German groups. Okay, I have written in short form because you already know that. Done. Do you think these groups enjoy powers? Yes. Some might enjoy more power, some groups might enjoy less power, some groups might enjoy equal powers. We have example also again in Belgium. In Belgium, we have example of community government. We have already learned about it. Community government. Community government is a government formed in Belgium on the basis of language. So we call this government as linguistic government as well. Linguistic government. Okay. Do you think community government had powers? Yes. Community government had powers on the basis of, on the matters of language, culture, education, etc. Language, culture, education, etc. So what I am trying to tell, groups also have power, which means the power can be shared among different groups also. In Belgium, the powers were shared between different groups like French group, German group, Dutch group, and each group enjoyed powers in the matters of language, culture, education, etc. In India also, we have powers given to women, a group on the basis of gender. We have powers given to SC, ST, and OBC. Okay, listen. The group women have been formed on the basis of gender, and these two groups have been formed on the basis of caste. Okay, it's very simple. The group women has been formed on the basis of gender. SC, ST, OBC have been formed on the basis of caste, and you can see this in India as well. So what is happening now? These groups also enjoy power. Obviously, in India we have reservation for these groups. Reservation as per the Indian Constitution. Reservation. And what exactly in reservation? In reservation, they enjoy special privileges in reservation in politics, education, job opportunities, etc. So thus, compared to other groups, compared to men, women have special powers in India. Women have more powers in India in the matters of job, politics, etc. When compared to other category people, other caste people, SC, ST people enjoy more powers because in the matters of reservation. I hope you got it. So different groups can also enjoy powers. Okay, so this is called as power sharing between different groups. Okay, and the fourth type, very very important, fourth type, the power sharing between different political parties. Power sharing between different political parties. What exactly is that? Yeah, India is a multi-party system. We have a lot of political parties. We have 750 plus political parties in India. And how the powers can be shared between different political parties? It's very simple. Okay. The first way in which the powers can be shared between political parties. Done. In election, if a party wins the election, we call that party as ruling party. We call that party as ruling political party, and the second best party or the next party will be called as opposition party. Ruling party and opposition party. Ruling party and opposition party. We all know that ruling party has more powers and opposition party has less power. See, this is called as power sharing between two different political parties when a party has more powers and the other party has less powers. So ruling party, they won the election, so they got more powers. Opposition party, they have not performed that good in the election, so they have less powers, and they have powers of criticizing the ruling political party itself. This is one way of sharing powers between different political parties. Ruling party, opposition party. Okay, the powers are shared. The other way is in coalition government. Coalition government. Coalition government. What is this coalition government? It is very simple. When two or more parties come together to form and run the government, when there is no majority, see for example, there must be, okay, there are 200 seats. If there are 200 seats, 200 by 2 plus 1. A party must secure 101 seats to become a ruling party. This will be the magic number, 101, magic number. Okay? A party must secure 101 seats. Imagine there are three parties, A, B, and C. None of the party have secured 101 seats. So party A will secure 70. Party B will also secure 70, and party C will secure 60. Okay, so in this case, no party has got majority, no party has got the magic number. So now what will happen? Two or more parties combine together. A and B or B and C will take B and C combine together and they form the government. This form of power sharing is called as coalition government. This form of government is called as coalition government. Now, B and C together will become ruling party. So B and C together they are called as ruling party, and A alone becomes the opposition party. Okay, powers are shared between these two people also, and remember, powers are also shared between B and C also. So within the government, within the ruling party, during coalition, if two or more parties combine together, the powers can be shared with them as well. So there are two types of power sharing between ruling political party, opposition political party directly during elections, and if there is a coalition government, the powers can also be shared within the ruling political party. As in my example, the power is shared between B and C as well. Okay, yes, we have learned about power sharing between different social groups, power sharing between different political parties, and the last one, power sharing between different pressure groups. Power sharing between different pressure groups. Okay, remember very importantly the meaning, the definition of pressure group. What is a pressure group? Pressure groups are the initiative groups of society where they pressurize, influence the government to fulfill their needs and demands. They pressurize the government, they influence the government to fulfill their needs and demands. That is called as pressure groups. So basically, pressure groups are the initiative groups of society, where they pressurize the government, or they influence the government to fulfill their needs and demands. For example, we have students union, farmers association. Okay, we have businessmen group. Done. So these are the example of pressure groups. Okay, so the groups formed inside the society where they enjoy powers. Why? Because they have power to pressurize and influence the government, and they change the decisions of the government as well through their pressurizing. Okay, listen very carefully. First meaning, pressure groups are the initiative groups of society who pressurizes and influence the government decisions to fulfill their needs and demands. Okay, for example, farmers group. Government has passed a law where the farmers doesn't like that law. They have been protesting against that law. Getting my point? And because of the farmers' protest, the government itself has taken back that law. This has been happened in reality, where Modi's government has formed a law, agriculture reform bill, and farmers protested for years. Then, because of the farmers association, the government had to take back that law. So what I'm trying to tell here, it is very simple that in society, the pressure groups also have powers. The powers are shared among these kind of pressure groups also. Yes. So in today's video or in today's class, we have learned about different types of power sharing. Horizontal power sharing, vertical power sharing are very important. I'll recap just in brief in 1 minute. Horizontal power sharing between different organs of government. All the organs are placed at same level, and it is called a system of checks and balances. Vertical power sharing is between different levels, placed one below the other, centrally superior because it has powers of national concern. Remember that. And this is power sharing between different social groups, power sharing between different political parties, and power sharing between different pressure groups. So here we complete the whole chapter of power sharing, and in our upcoming videos we'll have more about the civics content. Okay, yes, thank you.